welcome back to the channel. For those who haven't watched before, I'm Charlotte and this is the School of Pattern Cutting. And we really look at everything pattern drafting related at the School of Pattern Cutting. So from analyzing designers' clothes and working out how they're made, to sewing and construction tips, and actually drafting lots of patterns. So if that's your thing, just subscribe below and hit the little bell and you will know whenever we are doing a new video. And in this video is going to be a drafting video, and I'm going to show you how to hack or sort of do some naughty pattern cutting to create like a shawl collar inspired by Yves Saint Laurent. And I'm first of all going to analyze how it's going to look, why I'm being really bad at my pattern cutting, and then I'm actually going to show you how to flat cut a beautiful rolled tuxedo inspired women's wear shawl collar. So by the end of the video you will have your own pattern you can adapt. So let's talk about guerrilla or hacking or bad pattern cutting. So if you're a purist, don't watch this video, you're going to get really angry with me. What I'm going to use my shawl collar to create a tuxedo lookalike. So in my last fashion chat, you can see in the list below, I talked about the tuxedo jacket, the real one, and how it starts as a shawl collar, it's always satin, and then it's got a properly tailored constructed collar. So I want to do a version of it, but I don't want to spend a day doing a beautifully tailored collar with a separate band which will fit perfectly. It will be layers of stitching. I just want to make a quick version of my shawl collar. I know I can cut that in 15 minutes, and then I can use the satin at the top and the wool at the satin up here and then a wool here to create a shawl collar look without the hours of stitching and drafting. So this isn't purist pattern cutting or the right way of pattern cutting, but it will create a similar look. It will never be as fitted or well constructed as a tailor collar, but it will be a similar, softer look, and it gives you the style without the pain. So basically, a lot of the tuxedos from Yves Saint Laurent does it. It always has that notch here. So it's got a seam, and then it's got a second seam. Just cut a little bit. And Yves Saint Laurent, I'm sure, being a Parisian trained tailor, would turn in his grave, but sometimes you just want to have a quick effect. But it looks something like that. Then this will be a satin facing, and then will be matching to the top. The sort of neck collar will be matching your top. And then the sandwich are really short, so it's a proper tuxedo in the American style. And he's done sandwich really long and oversized in the 70s. So it's like you're throwing on a men's jacket, but the fit is better, and you got the darting to fit your body. But then you always got that beautiful men's evening wear shawl collar. And then quite often, to make it look more tuxedo-like, you don't have a simple sort of break point, but it goes more down. So you're really making the most of your satins. You got a really nice curve at your break point, rather than it's slowly coming out of your break point. You got quite a pronounced, beautiful curve. So now I've drawn on how I want my tuxedo-inspired Yves Saint Laurent shawl collar to look like. I'm going to show you how to draft that collar, and I'm going to give you a quick tip on what fabrics to use and how to put it together. First thing you do, draw around your front bodice, mark my darts so I can work now, and I'm going to mark my center front quickly and my bust dart. And then the first thing, as always, you have to draw is your 2 centimeter button stand. And I'm just gonna do that basic part, or the first part, quite quickly, because we've got a new shawl collar class on our website, which is about super shawl collars. And one of them is a shaped shawl collar, and it's the same principle as the Yves Saint Laurent. So rather than spend lots of time going through the same process, I quickly show you the drafting process, but then concentrate on how to create the two-tone tuxedo look. So I've put in my button stand, and then I'm going to put my break line, and it's quite low for a tuxedo. So I'm going to put it below my bust point and then put in my break line, which goes all the way to my high shoulder point and then extends past it by about 10 centimeters. So there you go. Then I just need to measure my back bodice block, which is in my case 7.7 centimeters, and I mark that. Yes, if you want to know more basic shawl collars, we've got lots of videos on just how to draft your basic shawl collar, and we've got some more advanced classes on the website, and we also got a fantastic Jackie Kennedy inspired class on our website. So we love shawl collars, and I do quite a lot of them. So what I'm doing is I've marked my center back collar, my neck width for the collar on the center back, and I'm just putting a bit of a curve so I get a bit better fit, which goes back to my high shoulder point, and that just means you get a tighter fit because you don't want it completely flat. And then at the right angle I mark my collar height if it isn't folded. So a men's collar isn't that high, it's about 4 centimeters, so a full height is 8 because it's going to get folded. And I'm going to square that out again. That's my center back. So now we come to the fun bit, which is also the bit you're not supposed to do if you're a good pattern cutter. I'm going to draw in my shaped tuxedo style with a sort of notched look. And if you want, in depth, have a look at the website, but this should sort of give you the principle of it. So I'm going to start out at right angles. We got that lovely curve. I'm going to use my inside curve to give me a better curve. Which curves round. Maybe make it a bit bigger. This is sort of trial and error, and you might want to, once you've made your trial, try it again, because often what looks good on paper looks awful on fabric because it's a 3D body. So this is my tuxedo style collar. And then you want it sort of parallel to your fold line. Actually, I'm going to do it even, I'm going to continue curve because I want to meet that line up there while looking straight. So then around here, we want our notch to be. So I'm going to draw in the shape I want it to be, which is nice right angles. Actually, Yves Saint Laurent does quite a narrow notch, so let's do that. So you want it to be, this is where you have to sort of do a bit of trial and error. So Yves Saint Laurent might do something like this, yeah? So it's a really narrow, pointy notch. And then this is 90 degrees, and the bottom could be curved, which I quite like, or it could be notched. So if you curve it, very slightly curved. Okay, so, and believe it or not, that's your basic tuxedo shawl collar finished. So that's 5 minutes instead of half an hour of drafting your collar, so that's great. And if you cut it out like this, you would end up with a one, so you could do your facing in one fabric, and your whole collar could be satin or contrast fabric. Because if you're talking about women's wear, it would be nice to do this like in a darker color and then facing a different color. But I'm now going to show you a quick trick to achieve that two-tone look on the actual facing. So first thing I'm going to do is trace out the facing. And I've got a smaller piece of paper I'm going to lay on top and just quickly trace through. And I'm going to show you how to cut it out so you achieve the two-tone look. And this is very naughty pattern cutting. I know I've said it a few times, but if you're a proper tailor, you probably not be happy with me. But I think sometimes if you're a 7-year-old tailor or you work for one of the French couture houses, then yes, you do it properly. But I think sometimes actually experimenting, you achieve a completely different shape. So for example, the Italians completely revolutionized suits by deconstructing them and making them really lightweight and taking out all that layers of facing people had put into suits for centuries. And we love those suits, you know, Armani, Massimo Alba, they're just like Buglioni, they do beautiful suits and they're just really comfortable, and because they were not afraid to break the rules. I'm not comparing myself to them, but to say it's okay to break rules. In the comments below, can you let me know which making rules have you broken, which turned out really well? Please tell me I'm not the only one. But let's go back to the pattern. I have just traced around the edge of my collar. I'm gonna mark my center front and my center back. And I'm also gonna mark my center front line. And I'm just gonna draw in my facing edge, which is at a right angle to my shoulder. And then it just curves down and hits my base at a right angle. And that's my facing. So I've just traced around it. Now I just need to mark my notch. So you can see, this is how my notch will look. So what I now want to do is I want to do this in a different fabric. So all I'm going to do is extend this line to the edge for facing and make it into a seam. And that way, once you've cut it all out, you can see I still got the facing attached, but if you think your tuxedo collar is going to look like this, roughly, and if you then cut it out, and then you can see this is the seam line, and it will look very similar to a beautiful tailored tuxedo collar without all the tailoring technique. And I think it will make it look a bit more feminine as well, because it will hug the neck more softly, it won't be as stiff. So just imagine you did this, for example, if you did the whole outfit in a satin and you used maybe the matte side for the body, the shiny side for there, and the matte side again for there, it'd be an amazing evening dress. So you're really playing this, using a tuxedo detail and putting into women's wear. Or if you made a jacket out of it, you could use a contrast. So use one color wool there and then use two color satin. Or in a print or stripe. I would love it if you had a really bright stripe and then had one of the colors solid and then the print again. But as you can see, it gives you a similar look to a tuxedo shawl collar without all the tailoring perfection. So you have some drawbacks and fits, but overall I think the look is fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and whatever you do, enjoy your drafting.
If you want to learn more about drafting shawl collars, check out my course, Super Vintage Shawl Collars. I'll show you how to draft 5 beautifully sculptural, vintage-inspired shawl collars and give you plenty of tips and tricks for planning and construction. Just click on the link in the description below and sign up now.